Hey guys, so I want to start off the video by saying this is not about creating hate. This is not about canceling anybody. It's not about any of that. It's about creating an open dialogue between us and you guys to see what's going on and how you guys feel about the whole situation and everything. So, forewarning, we talk about DissociaDID. We might mention Team Pinata. I don't know, that might be very brief. And entropy system and fragmented psyche very briefly. This is just kind of our way of saying we're tired of things that have happened in this community. Okay, so everyone has asked, oh, well, what's your opinion on DissociaDID coming back? What's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on... So, we're making a video about our opinion. So we do expect people to go in the comments and be like all angry with us and everything like that. We won't delete any of those comments. We're gonna go ahead and just create an open dialogue because that's who we are. My name is Max, and I am the host of the acrylic system. Ether might pop into the background of this video. We will see. But this is just us kind of talking about, well, DissociaDID's back. Okay? And we're, to say the least, a little bit upset about it, I guess. So our issues started back when the whole big video started, actually before Anthony's video came out, actually. Our grievances started when they started showing PDA heavily on their channel, which was way before then. So that's where our grievances start, because that's just, you know, it was uncomfortable to see. We stopped watching their videos because honestly, we just didn't want to see PDA, period. And I don't know how many other systems out there feel the same way, but I feel like it's probably a good portion of you guys. And you know, this is hard to talk about. It's scary because we know we're gonna get a lot of flashback for speaking our minds and whatnot, but we felt it necessary to create this open dialogue and conversation within the community, instead of sweeping it under the rug like so many others have done, and what we have done. You know, we are guilty of that, and I would rather us bring it to the table, have a conversation about it, and move on, than sweep it under the rug and people starting rumors and, you know, all of that. And so we're just going to go off of the things that we personally know about DissociaDID and all of that. So I guess to start out with, we're not happy because I don't know, they brought up a whole racism issue, and I don't know much on that, so I'm not going to speak to that very much. You know, people can start a conversation about that in the comments. Happy to hear what you guys have to say. But there was a whole lot of other stuff that happened after the Anthony show, and Team Pinata got called out for the CP and all of that. They publicized their suicide attempt, and now I'm all about, you know, saying, hey, this happened, I'm okay, I'm recovering, and all of that. But what they did was they said, hey, I had a suicide attempt. and you're not going to see me for a while, just for mental health reasons. And that's acceptable. This is kind of acceptable. But when you have a big community following and you're worried, you have people worried about you, it's important for you not to worry them beyond comprehension, especially when you're relied upon. Your fiance just got scrutinized and you haven't said a single thing about it. Come on. It's not that hard to denounce CP.
More than a 30-second video.
Honestly, it's not. And they left a lot of raw and open ends, and it was just kind of a slap in the face when they came back and didn't say anything about it. It's really hard to like put things into proper wording. Let's see, what's another thing?
Yeah, not denouncing the stuff. PDA. Gosh, what happened after that? Like the dissociated draws thing?
Oh yeah.
Like,
so after not posting anything for 6 months, they come back on. Well, before they came back on to the YouTube community tab, Team Pinata came back on the community tab, and let me tell you, oh my god, that was not an apology. That was gaslighting an entire community. And there's plenty of people that have videos on that, but oh. That was horrific to see, They came back and said, well, my therapist says there's nothing wrong with me, so all of you are overreacting. No, it didn't sit well with me at all. The fact that they did it, they denied it, and then they said it wasn't inappropriate. They did do it, they sold it, and it was not supposed to be sexual. Like, oh my god, it was bad. We actually have seen the art, and let me tell you, it's gross. It's disgusting, and I don't know what else to say on that behalf. It was wrong of them to come back and gaslight an entire community saying they didn't do anything wrong. Their therapist says they're fine. We had issues when we were younger, and that it's not okay. It's not okay. You can come back from it, but it's not okay. And, seek help that doesn't say that you're doing nothing wrong when you obviously are. I don't know. And we say I don't know because it's more like I don't know what else to say on that other than what you already know. It's inappropriate. It's gross. It's just plain. I don't. Yeah, it's just plain wrong. Yeah, and so I think that Team Pinata should have been like, I'm sorry that I hurt the community. I am working on myself. Like, that would have been fine. People would have been a little bit more accepting. It's never okay to draw things like that, but, you can come back from it. It's not the end of the world, as long as you're getting the proper help. And then DissociaDID came back, and I think it was 2 months later, maybe a month and a half, I don't know. And did the DissociaDID draws.
I gotta talk about this though. I'm gonna interject for a second.
Okay.
Some of you guys may think that we were trying to start beef with our DID OSDD Drawtober, but that is not the case. So, with the dissociated draws, Like, it was Cadence that got bored and was like, oh, I want to see some DID Drawtober stuff just out there on the internet. I'm going to make one of my own. And then we were just going about, and then someone was like, DissociaDID's post. And we were like, okay. So we went over to the community tab and saw the Dissociated draws, and we were like, oh, shit. Because we had not seen that. So if y'all think we were trying to start beef with that, it was an accident.
And they corrected this a little bit down the line, but they made it a paid only event, which ruffled feathers because it wasn't for the DID community, it was for the dissociated community, which felt like cutting off so many people. And it's going to charity, but they started announcing it before October, so people are gonna pay like 2 or 3 times. And I mean, hopefully it's going to charity. I have my doubts. They say they're going to show the receipts and everything, but I feel like that's really hard to fudge, or not hard to fudge. You could donate $5, get an email, have them say thank you for your donation of whatever amount, and they can easily edit that. I don't know. I know that one thing, a lot of people are divided down the middle because they're like, oh, well, they're going to show the receipts, and they're not a bad person, but they have shown in the past that they are. Also, on their Patreon, they have not been giving any of their tiers, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they haven't been giving any of their tiers any of the benefits. And they said that for the people who have been paying for the last 6 months, they're not going to. They're not going to give people what they paid for. I don't believe, and maybe there's one person out there, please tell me if you have. I don't think on that $300 tier that they have going for them, I don't think they've done a Skype call with anyone. They haven't written letters to anyone. They haven't given anything to anyone besides this whole Drawtober thing. And I just feel like they're hiding how much they're making, but it's definitely, up there. They have so many followers. 1 million subscribers on YouTube generally means that if you just look at YouTube statistics in general, not just their channel, they're probably making about $5,000 a month. And then on top of that, they have Patreon going on with tiers with like $300, and they're not giving anybody anything, and no videos either.
And to put things in perspective, what we earn off of YouTube, we just got a deposit of what, 300 something?
Yeah, $336.
336, and we have 24.2k subscribers. So imagine 1 million, guys.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It is a lot, and it felt wrong when they monetized their drawing thing, because it didn't seem genuine, and their coming back video didn't seem genuine. Oh yeah, did you see our button? I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, we just got sent that in the mail. JK, actually not JK, because a goblin sent us those lovely little plaques in the mail, so thank you.
Yes. No, that's a big joke, because DissociaDID did say in their video that they didn't even know it was coming. But one thing that you guys have to understand is you have to order your play buttons. They don't just show up. YouTube doesn't know where you live. You have to order them. You don't have to pay for them, but you have to give them your address so they can send it to you, and the name of your channel and stuff like that. They email you and say, hey, you're eligible, would you like this? And we'll send it out to you, just fill out this information. We know that just from watching other YouTubers talk about it. She was trying to create a novelty that's not there. And I guess the whole them coming back ties in with what we dealt with Entropy System not too long ago. So, as you all know, and this will link back together, I promise. As you all know, Fragmented Psyche released the hot tea video where it looked like, there was going to be a release of a bunch of new drama in the community, basically. And it was satirical. Um, while there's nothing wrong with the satirical video and comedic relief is amazing, we enjoyed it once we figured out what it was. But when we clicked on it, we were expecting the absolute worst, Things had already come out about pretty much everyone in the community. YouTubers were dropping off like flies. And so we were upset along with a lot of the community. And I understand if you weren't, that's fine. You don't have to be upset, but a lot of people were, and that was the issue. And Entropy, they did a live video on Instagram saying that people were overreacting because they're more traumatized than the community, and that no one has a right to tell Fragmented Psyche that they can't post that. And that just hit us so wrong, saying to a traumatized community, you're not traumatized enough to feel. And that was basically what it was. And to be, fair, we tried to message them. We were like, hey, we would like a public apology, and they didn't respond. So we posted on our Instagram story. We tagged Fragmented Psyche and Entropy System. Entropy System had said they don't want to be a pillar of the community, don't look up to them. When the thing about that is when you grow to a certain size, you don't have a choice. You're a pillar or you're not. And you have to be careful about what you say out of emotion. And if you do say something awful out of emotion, apologize for it and keep it public. Like, people will accept that you're human. There's humility in accepting accountability for yourself. And when you have a big following, you have this way of being able to portray to your followers that, hey, you do something wrong, you take accountability for it. So we posted that even if you are a pillar of the community, or if you don't want to be, you gave yourself that platform. And we're no better than anybody else. Like, if we made a mistake, we would want to apologize for it. Because that's just, what we've built our channel off of is trust and communication and taking accountability for things, just like we did with the Trisha video. Like, we didn't beat down Trish. We told you guys not to fake claim anyone, and to just love yourselves enough to accept that others are going through things. And if they are, faking, then that's their problem and not yours. And there is a whole lot in that Trisha video. If you want it, I'll link it down below. That's fine. Just to show exactly what I'm talking about on taking accountability and things like that. But anyway, so we posted that story, and Fragmented Psyche did apologize, and Entropy System messaged us and said they did apologize. We looked on their profile. We were trying to find where they apologized for it and everything like that. We were trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, and we couldn't see anything. And so we, tried to be like, well, I don't see anything on your page or anything like that. And, we just, the community's hurt. It wasn't okay to say those things, and we'd wish you'd give a heartfelt apology and continue on and whatever. It's not about bashing anybody. It's about holding yourself accountable, because if you hold your standard up here, people are going to be a lot more appreciative than if you hold your standard here. And if you go below it and cross that line, and people get upset, and then you don't apologize because you've held yourself so low for so long, it just, I don't know. Taking accountability is really important to us. And so that ties back in with the fact that DissociaDID came back and didn't address anything. They didn't address the fact that they had a lot of scandals going on. You know, people were saying some weird stuff about them, and you know, you'd think they want to put rumors to rest. I would. And they went off for 6 months without giving anybody on Patreon any benefits, no updates, nothing. I keep stuttering. I'm sorry, guys. You know, they publicized their suicide and then dropped off the face of the earth, and people were worried about them. And you know, it felt like they DissociaDID came back at Trisha, had, you know, the Team Pinata, they, you know, they had their thing, and everything went downhill, but they didn't address any of it, you know, in a 30-second video saying, hey guys, you know, I know this is going on, and I just don't feel like talking about it right now, but I'll address it in the future. You know, that would have been so much better than what they did. And it just felt like they built the community up. You know, they're one of the biggest DID YouTubers. They built the community up in a brick of cards and then blew it over and lit it on fire.
Yeah, they're bigger than Autumn Asphodel. Okay, I'm old. So my role model growing up, finding out I was a system, was Autumn Asphodel. Like, she's not a system. And like, she's clearly stated that, and like mistakenly thought she had DID, and like, you know, corrected herself and whatever, and that's just how it be. But like, not even she's that big. She's got like 200,000, and DissociaDID got like huge really fast. We started our channels around the same time, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I think we actually started ours before.
it was either right before or like a month after.
Yeah, like our first videos are actually privatized because Stacy Trademark made our first channel video, but we don't have the heart to delete it, so we're just trying to see when it was posted. But yeah, around the same time, and they've got 1.1 million. They blew up fast, but they were not ready for that to become a business. They stated that themselves.
Yeah. So they now. The video where they came back, you know, it felt like a slap in the face because they're like, oh, look at my 1 million subscribers. I haven't posted anything in 6 months, and yet I grew from, what was it, 400,000 to 1 million within six to 8 months or whatever it was. And now this is our personal opinion. You know, you can have yours, but we feel like they didn't earn those subscribers. And it just kind of felt like a big slap in the face to those of us that have been working really hard. Again, our opinion, you can debate us down in the comments.
However, it is very hard to ignore society and what society is commonly drawn to, and also the correlation. Like, a lot of those new subs came from Trisha. Let's be real. Like,
yeah.
And like the thanking seemed to be focusing on them instead of the community that has been built over that 1.5 years that their channel's been going. So we were just like, do we exist to them anymore? Like, the way that they made that new video, I wanted to say also, like, it seemed so like a YouTuber beauty guru who had the presentation of themselves as one of the main focuses. It didn't feel like it's about mental health. It felt like it's about their face and their makeup and their pretty background and their pretty little button. And oh man, I can't believe I just said that on camera, but you know what?
It's all good.
That's what it feels like.
We're gonna post it, man. It's fine.
It's my feelings.
Yes.
And like, you know, it's very important to like say like, I still care about you people. Like, I see what you're going through. I know that people have been getting alters from this, getting seriously traumatized. People don't trust people online anymore because of this. There's a hate group specifically targeting systems now. That didn't used to be there.
No, it didn't.
Thanks, DissociaDID.
Yeah, but you know, there were people that got alters from them, and then they disappeared. Then Team Pinata disappeared, and everything just crashed and burned. And it felt like the community was just under fire for so long, and there was a whole race debate, and it was just, it was months and months of us trying to combat what they created. You know, we tried to like with the Trisha video, you know, we did what she got wrong, and you know, the ways you can properly go about these things and whatnot, and it just
Yeah, we had people being all like, I had no idea this was how it was. And like, all that they knew was what Trisha showed. And then they found us out of that. And we were just like, dang.
yeah, and
No examples.
and it just, you know, it just hurt. It hurt that nobody else was speaking up about it. It felt like, anyway. I know there's Vangelina. Yeah. Um, you know, she talks about it. She's not even part of our community. And we, you know, we wanting to keep the peace, weren't going to bring it up, but now that they're back and people are stirred up again, it felt like it needed to be talked about. And for a lot of people, you know, their best way of, you know, recovering is to talk about things. Some people, by sweeping it under the rug is the best thing to do, but for us, talking about it is the best thing to do. So I don't know what else to say. I think so just basically to summarize, I think the most important thing is that we don't try to cancel them or spread hatred for them, or, you know, anything like that. Anybody, you know, it's to have an open conversation about things that are concern people and things that are concerning in the community. Because people get confused, they get hurt, they're raw, you know, they're emotional, they split, they whatever, and you know, they have nowhere to talk about it that's safe, and they need that space. So I guess my overall thing is just to keep an open mind. um, Make sure you're educating yourselves on the topics. You know, there's plenty of videos out there. We touched on barely, you know, just the tip of the iceberg here. And we just wanted, you know, to have this so people can start a dialogue, so people can feel okay to discuss and figure out what they think about it, you know? If you support DissociaDID, good on you. You know, whatever. If you don't, then good on you. Whatever.
Yeah, really.
But we felt like it would be necessary, it is necessary to talk about and to create an open dialogue so people have a space to discuss it. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like scooch over. Somewhat of a confession, I guess. Like, yes, we previously had videos that were very similar to DissociaDID's, and like we saw how much they blew up, and we were like, you know, if people are gonna click on that content, we could make a couple videos like that in addition to what else we've got. But it turns out that that's not even the right thing to do. Like, if people don't even like it when you're fake. I thought that's what society liked, was a solid smile and not being shiny. But apparently that's not the case. So yeah, it appears that our two channels are going polar opposite directions. Well, we will be carrying around a camera around our house looking like an absolute trash fire. We'll see what they're gonna come out with next.
Mm-hmm. And this button behind his head here is just comedic relief, you guys. We're not making fun of them. We just thought it was like one of those things, like that was front and center in their channel. Oh my god. It just, we needed something to laugh about to come out of this. So that was it.
Yeah, we were joking around with a couple of people, like, you know, making the play buttons out of random stuff.
Yeah, like duct tape. speaking of which, we were talking with Fallout System. If you don't know who they are, look in the description below, follow them, give them subscribers. I think they went from 300 to 400 in like a day and a half. Thank you guys for that. We are going to be doing a charity live stream event. Now, we don't know when this is. It'll probably be after we move, so after November 4th. People will probably be polarized by the election here in the US, and it's probably not going to be a good time anyway, so I figured what better time to put on like a live stream community charity live stream event. We haven't picked a charity yet, but we're going to just link the charity in the description. We're not going to take money. And we might have like other channels that are live streaming at the same time, and we'll have people call in, and we just have discussions and chat, and it'll be a good old fantastic time. And then also we're gonna do a beauty pageant versus the Fallout System, and I think they've already started on their video, so wish us luck. We gotta go get some makeup.
Tomorrow, TM. Should we go to Walmart or Dollar Tree?
I was thinking the kids section in Target.
I'm down.
No, we gotta get a blue jumper. We gotta get a blue jumper, and we gotta film it at 3 a.m. Otherwise, it doesn't count. Some slight shade thrown there.
A lot of inside jokes. Like, if you watch their stream, you'll get it.
Yeah. Inside jokes put aside, and all of that. I don't have anything else to say on this, and hopefully we don't have to address it again. I just felt like we should talk about it. So talk about it. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, or unsubscribe if you feel like it after this. You do you, and we'll do us, and it'll be fine, and everyone won't get along, but that's how the world works. So just let us know what you think. If we got anything wrong, let us know. Like, honestly, we're not going to delete comments unless they could be harmful to other people. That is our thing. We don't delete hate comments. We delete hurtful comments that could possibly trigger somebody else.
Yeah, or like comments attacking other people. Like, there was one hater person who was like commenting on our stuff, and we were just memeing at them, because if you like call us fake, we're gonna meme you. But then they went on to like start biting at some other system who was posting their experiences. We deleted it, and then they were like, "Oh, you're deleting comments now," and it's like, did we ever say we didn't delete comments? We've been deleting comments since day one.
Yes, we delete comments, but we don't delete comments questioning us or like coming up against us to be like, hey, that's wrong information. We delete hurtful comments.
We delete attack comments.
Yeah. So and not comments that like, hey, you got this wrong, blah blah blah. We don't delete those ones. We delete the, you got this wrong, so I hate you, and you should go die in a hole, because those can be triggering. But yeah, so let us know what you think. I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna stop filming now. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification to get updates on videos, and we'll see you in the next video.